just like you have 600 keywords under this 5-year plan topic, you might have 600 or maybe thousands of question variants to ask the same general thing. And you're targeting all of these questions, and you have one page targeting all these questions. And so this is an AEO topic, cluster of questions. And okay, so then how do you know the volume of the questions? And we don't know the volume of the questions. We know the volume of searches from Google Ads API and from Bing Ads API, but we don't know the volume of questions. So for now, I think we just need to guess that the relative volume of keywords that we know, Google search keywords, is probably kind of similar to questions. So we're just sort of making a guess that search volume is going to be similar to question volume. I think eventually these platforms will have ad APIs, and maybe we can get volume from directly from the LMs, but for now we just have to guess that they're roughly similar. Okay, so then again, all the stuff that applies for SEO probably applies for AI. Okay, so there's one of the big differences with AI chat that is not the case for SEO is that earned matters more. So there's earned and owned. Owned would be a page on my site. Earned would be somebody else is talking about me. So back to the best payroll management software example. Okay, so if I want to win this and I'm rippling, I cannot win this with just a page on my site. So even if I'm rippling, even if my page ranks #1, that doesn't mean I'm going to win the answer. In Google, if I rank #1, I own the answer. But if I have one page here, I don't, because this is a summarization of all of these. And so again, back to here where they're counting up the number of times a particular company has been mentioned. To win this, I need to optimize for getting these people to mention me. So I need select software reviews to mention me and get VMS. So it's not a
So
page
Ethan,
on your site. Yeah.
quick question. So in let's just call it traditional SEO, one of the main actions to drive traditional SEO is getting high quality backlinks, right? So in the world of LLMs and chat engines like this with citations, how do you think about that? So with these citations here, are they actually hyperlinks back to Rippling's site, or are they just mentioning the word Rippling somewhere? How do we think about that?
Yeah. So first, it doesn't need to be a link. It frequently is a link. Let's see here. Yeah, so that one was a link. It's often a link, but it doesn't need to be. And the other is that here, if I got a link from the New York Times homepage saying payroll management software, that will be great for rippling. But here, the New York Times isn't in the citation, so it doesn't actually matter that much. So what actually matters is the exact URL that's in the citations, like select software reviews. Getting mentioned here would be more valuable than a link on the New York Times in chat, because this is part of the citations and the New York Times homepage is not. In Google, it would be more about PageRank. And so it's the exact URLs that matter.
Okay, got it.
So then you need to do citation research. So you take all the questions that you care about, you look at the citations, and then you go one by one and try to get mentioned. And then what kinds of citations are there? So there's different groups. The first group is Reddit and UGC. So Reddit frequently shows up. I think it shows up most of the time as part of citations. And it's also huge in Google. Quora shows up a lot too. That's one class. The second class is YouTube. YouTube shows up a ton. And then the third class is tier 1 publishers. Tier 1 publishers would be the New York Post or Forbes Advisor. And then there's tier 2 and tier 3 publishers like Declutter Mind, or like Garage My Reviews. Probably not, getting mentioned here is probably cheaper than getting mentioned in Forbes Advisor. So there's these different citation types, different strategies for each. So you have your Reddit strategy, which is totally different from your YouTube strategy, which is totally different from your Forbes Advisor tier 1 strategy, and totally different from your tier 2, tier 3 publisher strategy and your own site. So you have these very different strategies. And the other thing here is that the first URL in Google matters the most by far. If you rank number 12, doesn't really matter. Whereas here, I think actually the 12th result is important, because you'll see here, this is summing this up. and there are all these mentions. And I don't know that the 12th, ace project here, that's actually probably pretty important. It wouldn't be important at all in Google. So this like page 2, page 3 set of citations matters a lot. And, you could probably win this way. And, Mucker invests in seed stage companies. And usually when I connect with seed stage companies and they ask me what they should do for SEO, my answer is don't do it at all because it's not going to work for you right now.